Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Light back with another YouTube video. And in today's video we're gonna be doing let's talk about the Moon Knight TV show, Disney Plus TV show that's supposed to be set in the MCU, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we got quite a few things to talk about. I haven't really talked about the Moon Knight show, but I can say with all honesty, it's probably my most anticipated Marvel TV show, personally. Uh of what they release right now. I mean, definitely if they say release like a Daredevil show or something like that, maybe I'll be more excited for that. But I mean, for now, at the moment, I'm mostly excited for Moon Knight. I mean, he's personally one of my favorite characters and stuff like that. And yeah, anyways, yeah. So in this video, I'm going to be kind of going over, like, doing a Let's Talk, basically talking about, like, information we have, my predictions for the show. It's not really a predictions. I'll say, like, who I think the villain would be and stuff like that. It wouldn't be a what I want to see video or anything like that, because that comes later. But anyways, let's get into this. So, Moon Knight. It was announced at when the original all those Disney Plus shows were originally announced, and it was announced it's supposed to be coming out. I've heard, uh, like early 2022 is when it's supposed to be coming out, but in all honesty, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be more like probably around the same time Loki came out this year, or not. Same time Loki came out, but basically next year. That's what I think. Just because I have a feeling that that could happen, because seeing as though some of the other shows have gone a little delayed, like for example, Miss Marvel's. I think it's supposed to end up actually getting pushed off to early 2022. So I mean, I'm honestly expecting probably that to take up kind of like that Moon Knight spot, or maybe I'm not too sure if it'll come before She-Hulk or what's gonna happen with that. But I mean, yeah, we could definitely see some stuff with that. But that's not about it for the release day. I mean, I know there's filming and stuff going underway. I'm not too sure if they finished filming or not. That's one thing I'm not too sure of. But I mean, yeah. Other than that, like I'm expecting hopefully soon within next. I'm hoping we get some footage or something at like a Disney Plus event or something. Just personally, that's what I really want to see and stuff like that. But yeah. Then let's go quickly move on to like what we know. Other than that, what we know is Oscar Isaac. He's supposed to be playing Moon Knight. So I'm actually really excited, probably, to see him happen, see him become Moon Knight. Just seeing as though Oscar Isaac, personally, to me, I think he's a really good actor. Personally, I'm gonna be very honest. At the start, I was just like, does this make sense? He looks like Moon Knight in the comics and stuff like that. I feel like if he dyed his hair brown or something and shaved his face, he would kind of look like Moon Knight. So I was just like starting to see, and then eventually I kind of warmed up, especially once I saw him kind of like when I saw he's posted like a few videos of himself working out and stuff like that, and I think he just looks way cooler, especially when he's doing those like he's training to for the fight scenes and stuff. It just makes me more excited. And personally, I think he's pretty cool as an actor. I think he's awesome. I think he's gonna kill in the role, just seeing as though, again, like Moon Knight, for example, is a character with multiple personalities, and I'm fully well expecting that to happen in this show. In some variation, if they don't do that, then I might get a little bit mad, but I mean, yeah, that's just like something with Moon Knight's character in a sense. So I think Oscar Isaac could definitely do a really cool job with that. Another thing we know too as well is we know Ethan Hawke is supposed to play. I can't remember if they said the villain, but basically he's supposed to be in the show. I'm pretty sure they said he's supposed to play a villain. Uh, so that's pretty much interesting news there. Uh, we don't exactly know exactly who his role is. He said some stuff about like how he's modeling after a cult leader and stuff like that. So that's interesting to know. Uh, yeah, that's interesting to see happen. With that, we also know Sharon Carter is supposed to be in it, which is pretty interesting. A guy, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna pronounce his name right. My apologies. I don't know if it's Loa or Locke. Mabanza, who's supposed to be actually Bushman. So that's interesting to note as well, which I'll discuss about that after. So that's pretty much it we know from what we know kind of like this whole thing. Uh, yeah, it's supposed to. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be taking place around like New York and stuff like that. Jeremy Slater, he's supposed to be kind of writing this with, as well as Mohammed Diab, who actually is actually pretty interesting to see him. He's usually I've read up a bit about him and stuff like that, and he actually he actually is responsible for a lot of stuff in Egypt, for example. Personally, I haven't seen any of his films, but I've heard they're pretty good. Uh, in the sense that he likes to write like really like gritty and just like things perfectly for Moon Knight and stuff like that, which is really interesting. Uh, yeah, and basically like stuff like action and stuff like that. So that's interesting. I think that's perfectly needed and everything. So yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much it of what we actually know. Now here comes like my personal predictions and stuff. First of all, let's talk about what I think is gonna go down. Personally, I think this is probably gonna play into the origin of Moon Knight. I'm fully well expecting probably we'll see at least the first episode. I'm thinking we'll see probably the whole Khonshu thing, in the sense that or the whole Spectre origin story, as well as Bushman, and then I think Bushman's gonna probably kill him at the end, and then he'll be awakened by Khonshu. And I'm fully well maybe expecting probably by episode 3 he get the Moon Knight identity and everything. So that's interesting to note, which could happen. Of course, Bushman has been cast and everything. But one thing I must say though, I have a feeling that Bushman isn't going to be the villain. I feel like it could be Bushman could maybe potentially serve as like not a side villain, but like perhaps like maybe he beats him up, say in episode 3, locks him away, whatever. But then he comes back later. That's what I kind of think might happen. So he wouldn't provide like a huge villain or anything. It'll more so probably be Ethan Hawke's character. Now, there's been a lot of speculation of to who Ethan Hawke could be. A lot of people are saying that it could be Khonshu. It could be for some reason I was seeing like Mephisto, but at the same time I don't think that's gonna happen. People are all saying Bushman, but Bushman is already taken, in the sense that he's already been casted. Uh, so a lot of people are saying maybe perhaps it could be like the Sun Lord or the Fire Lord. I mean, uh, which basically in the comics he's like one of his villains in it. Uh, yeah, so that definitely can happen as well. I'm not too sure exactly who he would be. Sorry, the Sun King. That's sorry. I meant the Sun King. That was my apologies. But honestly, I think definitely he could be. I think he could be the Sun King. That's personally who I think Ethan Hawke could be. Just seeing as though Ethan Hawke even said it himself. He was like, "I've modeled this character after a cult leader." And the Sun King's basically just very insane, so he would kind of it would kind of be cool and stuff like that for him to be the villain probably. So honestly, just in my personal opinion, I think it's gonna be the Sun King. But I mean, he could be anybody. I'm not too sure exactly who he's gonna be. So yeah, I have no clue if it's multi-deal or whatever. So that's one thing as well. I'm not too sure about. How I think maybe Sharon Carter could fit in. I'm thinking maybe like when he's like Stephen Grant or something, maybe he can meet Sharon Carter. But at the same time, I have no clue when this is coming out technically. Like what this takes place after. Like, does it take place after Falcon and Winter Soldier? Is it taking place before that? Like, what's going on with that? That's just something I'm trying to think of here. Uh, but I mean, definitely, Moon Knight definitely intrigues me a lot. I'm fully well expecting him to get at least a lot of fight scenes. That's what I really, really want. I want to see some solid fight scenes throughout this movie, because Moon Knight, in a sense, is very interesting character in terms of the way he fights and everything, which is interesting. Actually, if you guys want, I can do a Moon Knight just talking about his comic book character. which of course I could do because I've been reading a lot of Moon Knight lately, and yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot. But anyways, so that's it pretty much in terms of that information. Uh, the next thing I want to speak about is the sense that it's probably going to be rated PG-13. Uh, and first of all, I just want to say this quickly. I mean, rated R isn't everything. Uh, it could still be good as PG-13. I mean, it's not like the worst thing ever or anything like that. So I'm not like bummed out or anything that it's PG-13. It's probably will be. I fully will. I kind of know it's not gonna be rated R just because it's on Disney Plus, and also because of it just wouldn't fit well in the other MCU movies. That's one thing a lot of people need to understand too. Is this is technically a PG-13 universe in the sense that like if you're putting R-rated characters into a PG-13 movie, it just screws up the whole character. So that's one thing. I still wanted to attack. I still want Moon Knight to be very greedy and stuff like that too. But I mean, you could definitely do it in a PG-13 aspect and everything. Like I still want him. I don't know if he'll do this, but I mean, if he still kills in this, I would like to see some solid kill scenes and stuff like that. But of course, it's gonna be PG-13, so it wouldn't be as gory. But in the sense, like, I would still like to see maybe like him throw Moon Knight shards at somebody and like brand them in a sense or something like that. Because I expect him probably to do that. So that's one thing as well. Another thing too. Maybe in the post-credit scene at the end of the show, we maybe get a glimpse of Bushman or something. Maybe Moon Knight meeting some up with some more Marvel heroes because he actually has history with some Marvel heroes in the comics and stuff. Like he eventually joins the Avengers and everything, so I expect Moon Knight to probably join the Avengers in the quest for Avengers 5. So yeah. Uh, yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it though. In terms of excitement scale, I'm at 10 out of 10. I'm very excited for the show. One of my most anticipated MCU projects. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.